it shows you the alarm, what triggered the alarm, so it'll keep rolling that, but once you reset it, that piece of footage goes away because it's not being recorded on like a DVR or whatever. But I mean, they can see who caused the problem if they keep playing it, but once you clear that alarm, that video goes away. That's what.
And the problem with it is, right now, TSA can clear the alarm, or we can't remotely. So if one of our guys is out there and the alarm goes off and he doesn't think about it and clears it, that's going to be completely lost. So they, but I mean, most of the time we're going to be able to vet it because TSA typically sees who did it firsthand, or they can identify it from the playback. It's just we won't have anything before or after that. That we can play back because it only plays a few seconds, doesn't it, Rob?
Yeah, it just keeps rolling just that incident.
We close the exit lane, so then it doesn't matter. In fact, we even turn that off, don't we? Or do we just not turn it on at night?
Normally when late flights come in and just on TSA, but they're still exiting concourse.
Right, then.
And the alarm goes off, because I heard it a few nights ago.
Right, yeah.
TSA went here or something.
Yeah, what inevitably happens, two things will set it off. That, if you have a group of people huddled together, it has a setting that will alarm because it thinks you're trying to sneak somebody up that group. So if there's a lot of people crammed in together, sometimes we'll get an alarm. But inevitably what happens is people start walking down there and they remember they forgot something on the plane, or they saw a bathroom and maybe they should go, so they'll turn around and go back. So most of the time we'll be able to see what the alarm is and vet it at night even, but there, on the departures, but right, we'll take our security guy to do that.
And get fixed pretty quick, too.
A few weeks, it sounds like, isn't it, Rod?
Yeah.
We pay a yearly licensing fee.
I think we do pay annually on that.
I don't think we say, no.
No?
No, we paid for it
Upfront.
originally.
Oh,
Upfront,
that's right, when we contracted that, we built in we wanted to pay for everything up front because we capitalized it in the project. So that's right.
I'm sorry, Rod, I must have misunderstood you. You said it's a couple of weeks to implement this fix. I thought I heard you say earlier it was 60 days.
It's about 60 days.
Okay, so from the time
we give notice, he said it's probably about 60 days till they get it installed here.
Okay, so there's 2 months where this could get worse, even if the board
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
In the busiest
Chance,
season.
yeah.
So maybe a Ring doorbell or a Nest camera would work, because it would be on somebody's phone, even if it's a security officer's phone, and it's recorded video, that you could play it back in an interim till you get.
And there's maybe a chance we could get the new video recorder ahead of time and just plug it into our existing system. That's another option.
Because we're not replacing the cameras, that's the one component that actually they said is fine. So we won't need the cameras, so it is possible if we can get some of the components up front, we can maybe patch it together until they get out here and kind of read it and everything.
Most of the components are over the counter.
Right. It's
It's
the magic
mainly
behind
their
it.
software and that kind of stuff that's proprietary.
So it seems pretty open and shut. That's like, yeah, the cost needs to be approved pending board action, obviously, but I guess I'm concerned. It seems like there's a lot of room for something to go really wrong. I mean, hey, how was your trip to Montana that you've been planning for a couple of years? Terrible. The airport kicked us out of the secure area and made us go back through TSA. So it's like, that's the thing that seems to me to be an even bigger
But I
issue.
mean, that does happen on occasion anyway, because like we had an incident a couple months ago where a gal went down the exit lane all the way to where she could have reached somebody to hand her something and came all the way back. And in that case, we have no recourse but to dump it because you just don't know, what could have happened in that trip. So I mean, we do dump the concourse on occasion. Every airport does. On occasion because you have an incident you can't vet.
Would it make sense to have the other security company put a backup camera on that?
The cameras aren't the problem, it's the video capture.
Don't they capture, you have a system, video capture the cameras on a computer somewhere?
Yeah, we do on our security system, yeah.
I mean, put another camera there, that way all always have a
Yeah,
backup.
I mean, that might be an option too, just so we
Yeah,
have
that's an
some.
option.
Because they're putting more cameras in the next phase, right?
Yep. And we have, does the one camera out there capture the throat of the, no, doesn't quite.
Something to think about.
Yep. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We might be able to deploy something temporarily. Because we're gonna, maybe we just go ahead and acquire it and then have them stick it on one of the locations we're gonna use it later. You know,
Just keep it there, and we always have redundant.
Yeah.
All right, any additional comments on the explain security issue? All right, can I have a motion for authorization for an emergency capital expenditure of $60,000 to repair the exit lane monitoring system?
Make a motion.
Got a motion, any additional comments? Can I get a second?
Yes.
Got a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Nay. The ayes have it. All right, item number 6, accept bids, capital project, taxiway alpha fog seal.
So we did bid the taxi lane fog seals we mentioned last month. We got, I thought, pretty good bids. And so we're a little bit under budget, but we do need to take action to accept the bids. We do have a recommendation from Morrison and Bailey to approve the low bid on this, and I think FAA is also concurred. So we should be good to contract it. I think the biggest problem we've got right now is it sounds like funding is going to be late. So we may not get this project started until late summer, I guess, early fall. We'll hope for the something sooner than that.
Sorry, maybe I missed it here. Which one are they recommending?
For this, we're just recommending we accept the bids that we
Okay.
received.
I got you.
Kind of two choices, we can reject them and try again, but we are under budget, so, I would recommend it. And they're responsible bidders, I think Steve, I mean, can elaborate on that, but they've done this before, so.
Yeah, of the 5 bidders, all of them are responsible contractors we've used in the past. This one particularly, we've used on a few recently, so they're good contractors.
Any items for discussion on the 5 bids? All right. Can I have a motion to accept the bids for the capital project taxiway alpha fog seal? Got a motion, any additional comments? And a second.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And nay. The ayes have it. Item number 7, accept bids, capital project, phase 2 terminal improvement program, second floor remodel.
Kind of similar, we received a couple bids on this project, we're well below budget on this, which is really positive. It's been a while since we've had a project coming in this low. The low bid was Dick Anderson. We're confident they can accomplish the scope. The main reason we accept bids is if, occasionally you'll have a contractor that will say that person's not qualified, or they cheated, or they forgot stuff. So we give this opportunity for someone to come in and protest a bid. But in this case, we think it's a responsible bidder. We got good bids, well below budget, and we would recommend accepting the bids.
Further points of discussion on these 2 bids? All right, can I have a motion to accept the bids for the capital project phase 2 terminal improvement program?
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion, any additional comments? All right, can I get a second? Did you make a motion?
It's a great.
What's that? All right, can I get a different second?
Also,
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And nay. The ayes have it. All right, any additional airport authority board comments? Commissioner Swatwood,
No, sir.
Commissioner Thompson, Commissioner Holden,
no, sir.
Commissioner Gibbs. All right, I have no additional comments. Any additional public comments? Yes, ma'am.
So, with the board members either being city or county appointed and reporting back to those commissioners, might be good sometime to get somebody scheduled to come into a city commission meeting and just give an update.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't think we've had anybody since I've been on the commission, it's been a couple years, so that's just something maybe to look ahead and see when you might wanna give Krista Artis a call and say we'd like to come in and give a report, so.
On that point, just so my understanding is Commissioner Husted is staying on board as needed until he's replaced, is that?
Yeah, he's gonna be traveling a lot the next few months, so I kinda said if you could leave it on the calendar if we need you, maybe phone in. But he did officially resign of the city, I think, in the last week, so he's looking to get out, but he's gonna help us out more. I told him if we get to, unfortunately, most of his travel's coming up before June. I said if we can get to June, then we're off in July, so we really don't really leave until August, so hopefully that'll give the city plenty of time to get somebody and interview them and all that stuff, so.
I will miss the next meeting, so.
Yeah, that's good to know. Anyone else have any?
That's it, could get low.
We might get close.
Gonna be in Alaska.
All right, any other public comments? Perfect. With no further business to come before the board, I declare this meeting adjourned.